Oh my god, I haven't done a video in a while. I'm so sorry. Actually, it's for a good reason. I have 2 normal people jobs now, so it's kind of hard to get around that when you have 2 normal people jobs. And you barely have any time for this, plus I'm working on a big project, so yes, videos will be less frequent. And I decided to do a video on a particular trailer that was released this past weekend at San Diego Comic-Con, which I wasn't there. And probably next year, or the year after, or 10 years from now, who knows. So I'm mostly focusing on the Dawn of Justice, Batman v Superman, Batman v Superman, the Batman-Superman movie with Wonder Woman and Aquaman in supporting roles. So let me just give you, I was actually going to do a video on Man of Steel some point last year, I mentioned, and it never happened. Mostly because even when I try to articulate my feelings on that movie, I just end up blank. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. There's some good stuff, like, I will agree Michael Shannon was the best part of that movie, and I do think Henry Cavill does have room to grow as Superman. I mean, pretty much. He looked pretty badass. Like, I remember when they first released the first pictures of him, I was on board. And Zack Snyder's, I have mixed feelings about him. I don't hate him, but I don't love him. I liked Watchmen just fine. 300's silly. Sucker Punch was meh. Like, that movie, to me, was a lot of wasted opportunity, especially considering he claims it's a satire of, like, fandom, particularly, like, fan service and all that, but to me it backfired greatly. But that's a whole other discussion with that one. I could probably even mention that in my next video. So, yeah, overall, I had mixed feelings, but mostly they weren't very strong. I just remember when it came out 2 years ago, you either really adored it, which is a good number, or you really hated it, which was also a very good number. Or, like, there were people who were like, that was fine, and as they thought about it, they're like, no, this sucks. And I'm in the group that was just like, okay, well, that happened. And to be honest, I was just burned out by that point, because every summer blockbuster in 2013 was disappointing, so I was just like, meh. It was the meh film of the summer, but thank God Pacific Rim came out. Like, that was the only summer blockbuster that mattered that year. And yeah, that was a bad year for summer movies. So as for this trailer, my thoughts of it so far, they're really overkilling it with the religious symbolism. Like, I thought, like, the religious symbolism, I wouldn't even call it symbolism, that's like, if Man of Steel was beating you over the head with religious symbolism, I felt like this trailer was not hitting you over the head. It was more like, hey, let's explode a building and have it land on you, if it's possible. Symbolism, like, it was, I don't think I've ever seen religious symbolism that in your face since, like, oh, I don't know, I feel like Neon Genesis Evangelion is very guilty of, and I respect that show, although that's another series which I could talk about, but, like, good God, the religious symbolism that's not even symbolism anymore, they may as well just, like, have, like, texts of Bible verses at the beginning of each scene, just to let you know, yes, Superman's Jesus. Okay, still skeptic about Ben Affleck. I wasn't on board when they announced him as Batman, but I also wasn't in the camp that was like, no, you can't let Ben Affleck be Batman. Like, the extreme Batman fanboys and fangirls, let's be honest, that were very against the idea of Ben Affleck as Batman. Jesse Eisenberg seems like he could be the standout one. Nice to see Wonder Woman finally in a movie. Too bad it's not her own. Yeah. But I can already, speaking of that, lack of female superhero-led characters. So yeah, I can only imagine, I'm already imagining, months from now, once this movie's out. Personally, I have very low expectations after seeing that trailer. It looks so silly. And it's trying to take itself seriously, but I just can't. Because, look at Superman. He, shows up in his full suit, in the courtroom. I think all it's missing is the Law and Order theme song, and it would make more sense. And, yeah, Christopher Maloney was in Man of Steel. I think he died. I don't remember. They should bring him back. They should bring on Mariska Hargitay and the current prosecutors, Raul Esparza, who's also Dr. Chilton on TV's Hannibal. He's awesome. He should... I hope that he makes a last-minute cameo where he's the prosecutor of that case. That would look interesting, but honestly, it just reminds me Law and Order, and I've seen this shirt where it's Batman and lawyers, and people wear it because I think it's a Law and Order Batman crossover that's hilarious. It's not too far from that t-shirt design, so I'd be surprised. They may as well have been written by Dick Wolf. Maybe Dick Wolf would do a better job on that, to be honest. And I can already imagine, I already start hearing keyboard clicks in my head. I can only imagine the several think pieces that will be out, either regarding, Wonder Woman and Lois Lane did nothing, although hopefully Wonder Woman does something. She has to. Come on. Probably, there's already been controversy about the costume. Not really so much that it's slutty, or it's more where's the color? Which, I agree. Where's the color in this whole thing? They need to... God. It's there's color, Zack Snyder. Color's very good. Color's your friend. And... They just no, we need to make it literally darker. Although I don't know if that's entirely his decision, or just DC in general be okay, so if Marvel's the light, fun comic company, then we're gonna be the dark and gritty. So, which, honestly, speaking of trailers, just briefly, Suicide Squad intrigues me. I don't know if it'll be any good. Just I don't know if this will be any good. I'm leaning towards no. Suicide Squad, I think, has potential. Margot Robbie was born to play Harley Quinn. I'm glad her Wolf of Wall Street role won her that role, to be honest. And she looks like she's gonna sell it, at least. I really do hope she's the stand... Because she definitely looked like the standout in the trailer. So, yeah, I'll mostly be looking forward for her, to be honest. And I'm still skeptic about Jared Leto, but then again, I was skeptic about Heath Ledger until way later on. And we all know how that turned out. Please, Jared Leto, as you're finishing this, please get a therapist. Do not end up like Heath Ledger. Please, 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 please. I think, but yeah. So I already hear think pieces. I can just imagine think pieces on Wonder Woman. Oh, and one that's I'm sure is going to get a lot is regarding toxic masculinity. That's been thrown around a lot lately with, especially considering this past year with the Oscars, it's it's all male dominated, but they never question toxic masculinity, or in the case of American Sniper, a lot of people thought that was the epitome of toxic masculinity. There's also how Mad Max explores that. I'll be talking about that very soon, by the way. Very good movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it now. I'm getting sidetracked. But I think that'll be I can already imagine people outlining their essays, like, especially, like, on, like, BuzzFeed or, like, any, like, big blogging site like Jezebel, a lot of the big feminist ones. I can already imagine just the articles and articles about toxic masculinity and Batman, Superman, and how it's bad. Which, yeah, of course, but you have to really bring the evidence to say why this is showing this in a good light, or is it actually, it seems like it's glorifying, but really, if you look at the subtext, it's like, no, kids, don't do this. Like, there's a great video out about toxic masculinity by Foldable Human. He also did one about Man of Steel after it came out, which was good. And he did it on Fight Club and how it's more like, no, bad people. It's yeah, you should watch it. I'll leave links down below. But yeah, all I'm saying is I can already just imagine the weekend it comes out. All the articles, or even leading up to it, on how it's promoting. This is why we can't have nice things. See, guys, you've been teaching men just to be these violent things. I mean, yeah, there was that whole commentary. I'm like, man, Superman killed a guy. Spoilers, but you've probably seen it already. He kills a villain, but that's not his character, and he destroyed a whole city without any consequence of, like, cleanup. And I can already imagine, like, the long think pieces. And if you merged all of them together, they'd probably be the same article. So, that's it, what I have with my trailer thoughts on Batman v Superman. Currently, expectations have only gotten lower since I saw that trailer. At least it did not have the "Do you bleed?" line. Oh god, that was such a stupid line. If, at this point, I feel like most of the blame, I want to put it on, like, David Goyer. Because, good god, I feel like him and Damon Lindelof, I could probably talk about him, like, take these good ideas and then with the writing, they screw it up. And I'm not looking forward to this one just because it has Goyer, and at least with the story in Man of Steel, Christopher Nolan was somewhat involved. And here he's only, like, executive producer credit, so he's not really involved. Maybe it'll be a good thing, because I do understand why some people have problems with him. Although I still appreciate him, honestly. And, yeah, expectations very, very low for this. And, yeah, DC, get your shit together. Says the girl who's wearing a Guardians of the Galaxy shirt. And behind me is a Wolverine poster. But hey, at least Lego Batman's up there. But that's beside the point. I'll do more trailer thoughts soon, because I can only expect some great trailers coming up. And yeah, I will get around to my best of 2014 video. It will happen. I have the list. I just haven't made it yet. I am so... These videos will be less frequent, so I'm sorry if this is long overdue. Just long in general, because I did go on tangents there, but whatever. I'm sure you wanted to hear my thoughts. Maybe you didn't. Whatever. Maybe you just wanted this as background noise. In that case, I'm sorry if I scare anyone around you with my loud, boisterous voice, and I'm just getting quiet right now because, yeah. And, until next time, I suppose.
The red capes are coming.